Okay, I just went into my settings and decided to give my Windows virtual machine some more memory. And so hopefully this works a little bit better. We're still booting up right now, but that's okay. Uh, where we picked up off the last time is we decided to switch from the 30-30, which was a fractional 80-20, and we are going to switch to the 60-60, which is a metric, and it has 30 millimeter centers. So this is going to be nice. Let's go ahead and load up SolidWorks, and I think that that's still loading up. Okay, we'll go ahead and let that load up, and now with 4 gigabytes of memory allocated instead of 2, I think we'll be much better off. So first thing that we're going to have to do is we're going to have to remove the old fractional parts from our model, and then we're going to have to make some adjustments to our front and rear supports, because that hole spacing is no longer going to work. But thanks to parametric modeling, that'll be should be a breeze. And let's see here. So let's go ahead and open up Assembly 2. Now, just so it doesn't yell at us in the future, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and remove these so we don't create a all right, one dialog's running dismissed. Okay, well, had something to tell us, I'm not sure what. So we're going to go ahead and just delete that guy, and it's going to say, okay, we're losing all of these relations as well. So we're going to have to remate all of this once we get it back. Now remember, we have the front support here, but it is currently suppressed, so not a big deal. So let's go ahead and open up our front support, which is right here. Now, if you remember, we made our counterbores here, and we're going to go ahead and open that up and look at our sketch right here. And if I double click it, we can edit it. Now, instead of 1.5-inch centers, we are dealing with 30 millimeter centers. So we're going to change that one and this one. Okay. And now instead of 3/4 from the top, let's see what we need to be here. We got to be, it's 60 overall. So I'm thinking, what, 15 millimeters? Is that right? We could be wrong here, but we'll see. And then I'm going to leave the 2.5 inches right now. It's not a big deal. Now notice that since this is still a fractional drawing, it's a after you hit enter it, it does convert it, but that's just an approximation. So SolidWorks carries the digits out internally to however long it needs to be. So there's no problem with the significant figures there. It just rounds it right here, which is fine with me. All right, so we're going to go ahead and rebuild, and now guess what? Now our hole spacing is fixed, and it also did it on the other side. And if we go back into our assembly, thanks to the wonderful world of parametric modeling, uh, the rear is done as well. So let's go ahead and let's kind of just move these guys out of the way a little bit. We're going to move you over there. We'll install you again soon. We're going to move you up just a little bit. Just kind of get you out of the way. Oh, come on. Oh, it must. Oh, you know what? I bet it's still. I bet that it's still made it to the back. So we're not going to worry about that. Okay, it's still mated, but we'll just go ahead and leave it there. That's fine. So insert components, existing parts. And now we're going to install our 6060, which is right there. And there's one of them right there. And this time we already have the back open, so we'll just go ahead and mate it to the back. So we go over to our assembly tab, mate. And we're going to peek around the corner here. And we're going to mate it to that surface right there. There it goes. Wait a minute. All right, well, something went wrong here. Something went wrong because that is not the correct configuration. That should be the back. So I'm going to go ahead and exit out of mating here just for a second. And I'm going to go to properties. Oh, where is it? Component properties right there. Well, we lost one of our configurations. I wonder if I failed to save it or something. Okay, well, let's, not a big deal. We can go back and reconfigure. Front support, we even lost our color. It was a nice shiny red, and it is not anymore. Huh. Well, we can't let that be, I guess. So, ooh, how about gloss red? That looks nice. And we're going to go to the whole part there. Well, it's a little dark, so let's lighten that up a little bit. Bang. There we go. Beautiful. All right, let's go ahead and save this. And I'm not sure why, I'm not sure how that got lost. Huh. Okay, well, oh well. We'll go back to our configurations tab, and we're going to add a configuration. We're just going to call this back. And here we're going to, now that's still a counterbore for a 5/16. That's obviously fractional. I'm not sure. We can go ahead and edit this feature real quick. I know we're jumping around here a little bit, but let's go to the metric. And I think that it's probably an M6. I'll have to look at the data sheet and find out, but I know that they're tappable. So we'll go ahead and change that to an M6. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to this sketch right here, and we're going to edit the sketch plane. And we're just going to say for this configuration, actually, which configuration are we in? Are we on the back? Yes, we are. So we're going to edit the sketch plane, and just for this configuration. And we're going to say that that is our new sketch plane. Hit OK. So now our counterbores are on the correct side. And if I hit save, and come back, okay, now we can select this guy and tell it where it's supposed to be. Oops. And we want that to be our back configuration. And just like that, we're good to go. Okay, crisis averted. All right, let's go ahead and mate. So now hopefully I can grab, I bet you if I can grab just kind of the half moon right there, and then the half moon in there, I think that's going to work. Yeah, awesome. Solidworks is really smart like that. They see that there's kind of an arc in there, and they can make that work for us. So, okay, so we are fully defined now, and we are good to go. Okay, now since our dimensions have changed, uh, our dimensions have changed right here for our holes, so we'll have to go back and fix that, but that's not a big deal. In fact, I'm probably not going to worry about it right now. We'll just let it be, because it's in the end, it's we can fix that later, and it's not super important, and I'd like to get more stuff made. So let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and mate this surface to here. And you know what I'm going to do is I am going to do a width mate on this guy. So our width is there, and our tab is going to be that guy right there, and that guy right there. And just like that. Okay, we are not fully defined just yet because we can still slide. Oh, I see what's happening. We're moving the whole thing. So we're going to go ahead and let's take a look here. Yeah, that's what I thought. This scroll wheel is not consistent. It's bugging me. Nope. Boom. There we go. Okay, so now you'll notice that our SBR rails, their holes line up very nicely to our puny little metric extrusions, but I am okay with that. Let's go ahead and do this on the other side now. Okay, we're going to go ahead and backwards scroll wheel again. Mate. The transparency is actually kind of nice because it allows you to select. So, like for example, if we wanted to do this one first, then they make it really nice and easy to go through and fully define and select what's behind it. They were really clever when they did that. So now we're going to insert component, existing part assembly. Here we're going to add another rail. So the and you can hang out right there with us. Whoops. Bingo. Now, if you remember, we have a the front right here that is hidden. So we're going to go ahead and show that again. And I bet you what's happening is that's the one that's fixed in space, and everything else is just floating. So if we come back here, if we can actually fully define this with just a couple mates. So we're going to take that guy right there, and that guy right there, and guess what? Now I'm willing to bet that this whole, actually I don't think we're fully defined just yet. I'm almost willing to bet that this will rotate if we try it. Yep, that's what I thought. And we're not glued to the front there, so we'll make sure we do that too. But we'll go ahead, whoops, way out there. We'll mate right there. Oops, clear that and try it again. No, not that one. Yeah, okay. I misclicked and it objected. That what just happened? I just created a mate that it didn't like, and sometimes SolidWorks freaks out like that. That was my fault. I misclicked on something, but I think we're okay. Let's try this. There we go. There we go. Much better. Then I'm not going to take it for granted. Nope. We're going to mate that surface. And I'm actually going to use this side just because I'm kind of treating this one as our master. Okay, there we go. All right, see? And we're right back to where we started, what, 2, 3 videos ago. But no, I think that we'll all agree after this is all said and done that this needed to happen, that this was a good move, uh, and that this is ultimately going to work out a lot better for us. So we are more or less back where we started with a couple of videos ago, but we're actually not, because it is more correct at this point. So our spoil board is not completely correct. Let's go ahead and just deal with it. And actually, a very good way to deal with this would be, let's just do an evaluation here. And let's measure from here to here. And that's going to tell us what it needs to be, right? 625.8 millimeters. Okay, now I realize that we're kind of bringing this on ourselves a little bit here, because we're dealing with inches and things like that. So it's going to come out a little messy. Tell you what, actually, I've changed my mind again. We're going to wait a little bit, and we'll deal with that spoil board later. For now, it's close enough. Sure, it doesn't completely align, but we'll mess with that in just a little bit. And because we're going to set a few more rules here as to exactly where these are placed. Right now, they're placed kind of willy-nilly, and that's fine with me for now. But it's kind of in there, but as a placeholder. But that dimension is not finalized yet, right? Right? We have not finalized how far out from our center line these need to be, because we haven't really cared about that yet. So we're going to just go ahead and let that be for a little bit. But right now, I think we're well on our way. We're looking a lot better. I'm happy with the way things are going. I hope you're happy too. Feel free to comment below. One thing about comments is on my other videos, I don't always get to my comments. I try to read them. I usually get an email saying somebody commented, and what I'll do is I'll respond. And then, but one time somebody made a comment and I didn't respond, and he got all upset about it. And well, I'm sorry. I sent him some flowers. I don't think he forgave me though. So. Thank you, and we will be back again soon.